How's it going? My name is Orlando Leon, and I'm doing my project on how business goes in China. Economic indicators: Chinese GDP as of 2022 is $19.91 trillion and has a growth rate of 2.3%. The economy grew at an average rate of 5.4% between 2019 and 2021, but has declined 2% in equity valuations. Population rate as of 2020 was 1.4 billion, which was a 22% growth rate from the year before. Literacy rate as of 2018 was 96.84%, which was a 1.2% increase from 2010. And that stayed the same through 2022. The political, legal, and technological side of China. So politically, they are a authoritarian government, which means that they have no turnover in power of the executive and do not afford their citizens civil liberties or political rights. So yeah, they have no votes. They have one. Yeah, the leader just leads at all times, and that's just how it goes on over there. Authoritarian rule though does have many different variations. So some countries can make their own, like they make their own little twist and change little things however they want their government to be ran, basically. All religious activity is controlled by the CCP, which is the Chinese Communist Party. The Chinese have a civil law system with consisting statutes and administrative rules and regulations. So they do, yeah. So they do have law. It's just normal. I'm sure there's different type of laws, but there's laws in most places. According to China's Ministry of Ecology and Environment, the overall environmental technologies marketed in China is estimated to be valued at $77.27 billion as of 2019. China actually has the largest and fastest growing market for the environmental technologies in the world. So they've actually taken over like the last, I'm not sure, probably like the last few years. The president has just turned up the ante on that. So they've been going to work. Here in this picture is Chinese President Xi Jinping. That's who is the leader, and that's who runs everything right now, currently in China. Now we'll go into climate change and sustainability goals. China's climate change strategy has evolved significantly over the last decade and in the year 2020. Their main goal is to be carbon neutral by 2060, and they have taken steps to dismantle coal fired power plants to reduce emission levels and cut particulate matter emission rates. Huge progress has been made on air quality. Pressure has been put on the last couple of years under Xi's leadership. China also wants to eradicate poverty, eradicate hunger by agricultural production and food security, and implement development strategies. So China is doing a lot of work and trying to be cleaner, trying to keep air pollution from getting worse than it already is, and they are doing things to try and help those families that are in poverty and try to help those families out, get them some food and stuff like that. Advantages of doing business in China. One thing is it's a growing middle class. It it actually expanded down the last decade. So that's actually it's becoming a better business country now than it was before. Increasing reforms by simplifying the permitting pros and greater utility access and ease the setting up of electrical and plumbing. So I guess there's not as many regulations to get on a job site and get going. You just it's kind of more free. There's not really many inspections and stuff like that. So that's for like the labor type stuff. Um, cultural com- commitment to innovation because of constant improvements on technological infrastructure, and it makes it easier for international businesses. Predicted economic growth by increasing domestic debt management and risk mitigation regulations. So there's China and business is a weird thing because obviously it's different country, but it seems like there's a lot of good things going on over there. If you want to be a business man or woman, and I mean it's looks like a good place to start a business. Disadvantage of doing business in China. So intellectual property protection gaps, which serves the purpose of legally prohibiting theft of proprietary ideas. They also have prioritization of domestic businesses. And this shows because Chinese law isn't transparent and makes it difficult for a foreign company to research compliance and employment procedures. So it's kind of so they do kind of make it unfair because they're twisting it towards their people. But I mean, we can't really complain. It's how you got to do things. Um, so that I guess that would be a disadvantage is they aren't always clear, and it's hard because there's a communication barrier as well, language barrier. Um, so yeah, um, rising costs because foreign and domestic companies in China aren't growing. So because there's so many people starting business in China, there's just so much money. The market's going up, and so it's starting to cost more to start a business or run a business. So basically, the longer you wait, it can get worse, and it can get I guess harder to start the business, but it's all different for everybody. Recommendations. So I don't really have any recommendations. They seem like it's doing well. And yes, I would do business with China for some of the reasons I had previously mentioned, but also they just that their international businesses contribute to Chinese economic development in two significant ways. One, they make their product and services available to the average person. And two, the World Bank has ranked China as one of the top 10 most improved economies to do business with. So that one right there, the World Bank, um, they have China ranked in the top 10. So that's actually really big. And so you could see for yourself, like they're right there. They're up and coming. They're one of the most improved economies. So I'd assume that the economy is going to continue to get better. So if you start a business there, it may be good. It could turn out great. And this is my works cited.